Hey guys, Ranger here, and welcome back to another reaction to commentary video. And this is a special video. My friend sent me a link uh, that there was another Kingdom Hearts trailer or video out, which is Kingdom Hearts 2 HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue Simple and Clean Ray of Hope Mix. And they sent me this link, and so told me to check it out. So without further ado, let's check it out. And let me go back. Is there not any way that I can disable the autoplay quality? No, I want in potato quality. Okay. Okay. And again, this is on the Kingdom Hearts channel. Okay, there's a channel for that. Okay, okay. Anyway, begin. Okay, starting the video in 3, 2, 1, click. Loud language. Kingdom Hearts 15th anniversary. Mickey! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh, that's cute. Oh my gosh. Kyrie. Oh, that looks cool. What? You can do this now? Oh my gosh, you can customize your character? Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. Whoa. Oh my freaking gosh. Whoa.
If we are ever to strike down
Remixed by Pumpy.
7 sleeping keyholes must be found and unlocked.
I do love the remix, I gotta
You've
say.
been here many times, relived again and again, like deja vu.
What's written in the last page of the book is gonna happen.
Whoa.
We're here to make sure that light lives on.
If we don't do something, light will expire.
But Master, isn't there anything we can do? Terra, Ven.
Aqua, can you see me?
Of course. I see Ven too.
Wait, you know this place, Aqua?
I visited once, and I met 2 boys I considered passing the Keyblade on to.
Sora saved me once. And I heard him call my name.
There are so many hearts that are connected to yours. Sora, see? That's why it has to be you.
Everyone wants to know about the lost page.
If everyone's collecting light solely for themselves,
May your heart be your guiding key. I say it all the time. You ultimately need to do
I like that guy.
what feels is right.
May our hearts be our guiding key.
there's a phrase no one's used in ages.
It's something I like to try and remember.
You were gone a long time. What were you doing?
Secret. I'm back!
Oh man! Oh my gosh. 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 Ah! Oh my gosh. Okay. Wait. Okay. Hold it. 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 Continue. I got PS4. Oh crap! I forgot it's only on PS4. Ah! January 24th. Okay. Oh my gosh, there's a lot. Okay. Oh man. Okay. This is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. Oh my gosh. This is absolutely gorgeous. Okay. There's a lot to mention here. And so again, prepare yourself. Prepare your butt for a rather probably lengthy deep analysis. So, once I finish, okay, let me just finish downloading the video. Okay. Okay, got it. Now, okay, now, okay, let's begin with the analysis. Okay, now, first off, oh my gosh. Okay, first of all, mild language. The only Kingdom Hearts game that I can name off right off the bat that had any language whatsoever in it was Chain of Memories. And it was Axel, actually. It was actually Axel that said it. And I think it was what the heck, only it was the other word that he said. HE double hockey sticks that was said. And I believe that was it. And that was only in Chain of Memories. And like there has been no other language used in any of the games. So I'm curious as to how this right here is going to actually go into play. And Kingdom Hearts 15th anniversary. Okay, I love how that they did the design for this, how that they used the Keyblade as the 1, and how they made the design for the 5 into the same heart for Kingdom Hearts. I love that. That's really cool. That is really cool. Again, I do love the remix for this. I really do. The remix is gorgeous. I love the remix for it. The original version is still nostalgic, but I do love the remix for this. And we open up with Mickey, and Mickey is, again, such a bad A in this. Mickey is so freaking awesome. And I already love the fact that Mickey is in this. And I'm curious, right, we see, right here, obviously, we see Terra. Oh, okay, I really need to get some screenshots for this. We see Mickey show up, and we see Ventus and Terra. And Mickey shows up and is a complete bad A. And we see all these Keyblades, and we see Aqua. And Mickey just saved her. And Mickey is wearing his Birth by Sleep costume, the black outfit, the black and silver. And so this scene is probably set during the Birth by Sleep segment, obviously. But Mickey, again, this is like a really bad A scene with them because they're going to fight. And I'm curious, I'm thinking that this animatic, obviously, I'm just going to go ahead and go out on a limb here. I'm curious about this particular moment with Mickey and Aqua. I just noticed during this scene here, I just paused at this moment. I've never seen that before. Like the details for Aqua's fingernails. The realism for this is incredible. Like you look at your own fingernails and you see the pink and white mix. You see the pink and white mix, like you see the white closer to the base of your fingers, closer to your fingers. And they did incredible with this. Like you see the white, like underneath the ends of her fingernails. They did a fantastic job with this. That is gorgeous. That is a very small detail, but man, is it incredibly well done. And then we see, obviously, this segment here, Mickey descends. There's some background, obviously. It looks like some trees in the background, but don't hold me to that. But like you see the light above. Mickey descended from what looked like another stained glass picture, and Terra and Ventus were standing here, and Ventus looked to be wearing the same black and red outfit that he wore whenever he was the bad guy, and so obviously they're going to fight. And this is the Keyblade Graveyard. Now this is supposed to be the Keyblade this is supposed to be the battleground where the Keyblade War was actually fought. And so I'm wondering if this particular scene here is actually going to be featured as a cutscene in the game, or if this is actually part of the main intro for the game itself. And I would more guess it's probably part of the intro for the main game itself, rather than a cutscene featured in the game, but it would be interesting to see regardless. And so, going over some of the other things, we see Sora obviously return to, we see these other scenes here, where the characters go back to the same worlds. This is obviously the remastered edition, so the characters are traveling to those worlds where they were before. And again, I love some of the scenery here that is featured. The new scenery is just amazing. It's gorgeous, freaking amazing. And this little cat, is that a mask, or is that an actual cat? Like, because obviously, in the Final Fantasy universe, you have talking creatures. So it would not surprise me if this was an actual thing, like an actual talking cat. Or is that a mask? I'm hoping it's an actual kitty. that talks. I'm really hoping that. I'm really hoping. And again, look at the backgrounds. Look at this background here with this particular scene. This is the Kingdom Hearts Chi back cover. Look at this. Just look at this. Look how this is done. The transition. Look at the camera. I love how this is. The background is plainer, and as the buildings transition towards the camera, it transitions into this blurry effect. It's definitely more lifelike, and it's definitely like something would happen in reality. I love that they did that. And in other games, like the older Kingdom Hearts games, they would have just been plain completely. But here they actually are blurry and more faded as it transitions towards you. And you can see the shadows being cast on the top of the buildings here on the right. I love that detail. It definitely looks like a very early morning or sunset scene, and I love this. I really love this. This is an absolutely gorgeous scene. And oh my gosh, Destiny Islands has never looked more beautiful. Oh my gosh, Destiny Islands has honestly never looked more beautiful. This is just freaking amazing. Look at the water. Look at the rocks. Look at the trees. Oh my gosh. Like an island paradise right here. I mean, it was gorgeous before, but man, with the new software, with the new engine, with the new engine that they're doing, this looks amazing. Like, this just looks phenomenal. This looks absolutely freaking beautiful. And this is, oh my gosh, this is going to be heaven whenever the game comes out. Going to Destiny Islands as well. And just spending time there on the beach. This is going to be amazing. And then we see this other interesting conflict between Aqua and herself. Aqua and Aqua. Interesting. So that's probably the other version of her that was in the mirror in the other trailer. Okay, interesting. And then we see, again, all these dark sides. And we see Aqua standing there. And in that bad A pose. And again, this is part of the Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage. And again, we see the Keyblade Graveyard. And all the Keyblades. And again, look at the detail, like the shadow, the shading effects, the reflections of the light of the moon. Beautiful. And then we see Kairi. And Kairi and Riku. And this looks to be inside, judging from the background, this looks to be inside of Yen Sid's tower. And so what is Kairi doing there? What is Kairi doing here? I'm curious. I really hope, honestly, that Kairi gets to play more of a role in Kingdom Hearts. I mean, yeah, okay, in the first Kingdom Hearts, Kairi disappears. You have to find her. And then she stays on the island, and then she stays back in Traverse Town waiting for Sora. And then in Kingdom Hearts 2, obviously a year passes. And I really liked in Kingdom Hearts 2 whenever Riku, as Xemnas, gives Kairi the Keyblade, and Kairi says, now I'll fight. And she starts slaying Heartless. I love that moment. Whenever she's actually given a weapon and she is actually able to do something. I love that. I freaking love that. And so I'm hoping that happens in this. I'm hoping that Kairi actually gets to wield her Keyblade again, and she's actually able to do something. Because I just really hope that. And the animation looks phenomenal for this. And one thing that I'm curious about, I know Hayden Panettiere voiced Kairi in Kingdom Hearts before, and Haley Joel Osment voiced Sora. This kind of sounds like Haley Joel Osment for Sora, but so far, I don't. I'm curious if Hayden Panettiere is still going to voice Kairi for this. It would only be fair. It would only be fair. But again, the animation up here looks absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it looks really phenomenal. And Kairi is saying something to Riku, obviously. Why did that just unfull screen that? And so I'm really curious as to what's going on there. Like, why is Kairi there? And I'm hoping that, again, she gets a chance to do something. I'm also hoping Minnie gets a chance to do something, but that probably won't happen. So, meh. Fanfiction, we'll take care of that. Let's see this other scene, obviously, with Aqua looking back. And again, I love this. I love the details for her hair, how that looks like you can see the different like individual strands of hair. I love that, very gorgeous detail. And we see the background behind her, which is faded, which is like blurry. And I'm curious as to where this looks. Like this was in the other trailer. I'm very curious about that. Excuse me. And again, it looks gorgeous. It looks phenomenal. I mean, it looks beautiful. And then we see this other scene of Ventus and Terra walking through this forest. And again, look at this. Look at this. This is beautiful. This is amazing. Look at this. As the camera is on the ground, you see the blurry ground. You see the rocks. You see the lighting. You see the moon. I'm assuming it's the moon. You see the flowers right there. You see the grass, the shading effects in the grass. This is phenomenal. This is gorgeous. Again, I love beautiful scenery in games, honestly. I do. That's probably why Skyrim is one of my most favorite games of all time, because of the scenery. I know for a fact that whenever I play this game, I'm going to spend so much time just looking at the scenery. I really will. Like, I'm not going to be somebody that's going to go through the game and not pay attention to the scenery. I am a scenery nut, honestly, in like real life. I love beautiful scenery. And so I know for a fact I'm going to spend so much time just admiring the scenery in this game. I'm going to spend so much freaking time admiring scenery for this game. And I'm going to love doing it. And I love that they're making the scenery as beautiful as it is. It's so gorgeous. I love that it's not a bland background, that it's not something bland and you're just supposed to focus on the story. I love that there is a lot of detail like a lot of little intricate details in the background, which really gives it life. It gives it a lush environment and makes it it really makes it gorgeous and beautiful. It kind of makes it its own character. And I love that. And we also see this other scene where Aqua has to hit this tree in order to make it disappear, and then she has to run through. And so obviously that's a cutscene, and then we see this other scene where she has to break through these other vines and she has to attack it. Now, taking at the command, we see the familiar command menu over on the lower left corner, attack, magic items, and we see the map up on the upper right corner of the screen, which also incorporates the Keyblade, like in Kingdom Hearts 2. It incorporates the Keyblade as the map marker for you. And we see, the health bar, we see the magic bar, and we see the focus menu above that. I'm curious as to what that is. But obviously, it doesn't appear here that they are using reactions for this particular moment. Like, this is attack, so this is a reaction to do something, like press the triangle as a reaction command. This is just an attack, so this could be part, not like a major boss fight, but this could be like a bit of a mini boss where obviously these vines have something to do, like you have to cut through these vines. And then we see something else. Okay, hold it. Okay, we also see this right here. Okay, a couple things on this menu. We see the menu, and one thing we notice over on here, we see game mode, standard mode. Okay, now, standard mode. So the game is obviously going to have, judging by this, I'm going to assume that the game has 3 difficulties. Beginner, standard, and proud. And I'm just going to assume that. Okay, now, so I think it's interesting. Now here, we notice the playtime. And I'm just going to say, obviously, 4 hours and 25 minutes. Obviously, there's no way in freaking heck that you're going to be in this already 4 minutes. So, I mean, just like 4 minutes and 25 seconds. So, obviously, this is 4 hours and 25 minutes into the game. And already, also, notice on the upper right, you have the camera controls over on the right, but you also see Dark World and the world within. So, that's one of the worlds that you go to. So, really interested to see that. That appears to be an original world. I'm very excited to see that. And we also see the wardrobe. First time ever seeing a wardrobe thing in a Kingdom Hearts title, and so it's going to be interesting. You have head, arms, back, pattern, color, and over here you see antenna, you see Marie, and you see Figaro. Okay, you have the antenna. I'm guessing that is like the Heartless antenna. You see Marie. I'm assuming that's Marie from the Aristocats, and Figaro, obviously. The cat from Figaro. I mean, the cat from Pinocchio, and also Minnie's pet. You see Minnie ears, red bow, new. Minnie ears, blue bow, interesting. And whenever you put those on, it's not just a bow. It actually gives the character the mini, like, it's a headband, and it's really cool that they did that. It's really cool. I'm very excited to see that. You see the arms. Here on the arms, you see the Mystic Pauldron arm plate, Voltic arm plate, or Valtech arm plate, arm guards, really cool, which are wings, flawless arm guards, and I think it's really cool. One thing that I want to point out, I think it's really cool that the wardrobe appears to have no effect whatsoever on your stats. I've seen games before. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, I've seen games before, like whenever I played Final Fantasy 13 Lightning's Return, there are different, the different costumes affects your different stats. And obviously, in like games like Skyrim and Fallout, you have the different armor. You have the different armor. I think it's really cool that these accessories do not do anything for your stats. They do not appear to increase your health. That they do not appear to increase your defense. They are for nothing but just appearance and nothing more. I think that's really great. I really do. I think that's great. So that way, people are not limited to having to choose armor just for the sake of it having a higher stat. That they're not forced to go with a specific armor whether they like it or not just because it has a higher stat rating than the last one. I think it's great that they're actually that these armor pieces have no bearing whatsoever on your stats, and that it just gives people the freedom of choice. If you want to go just bare bones with the character's default, apparel, you can, or you can just mix and match a different costume. And I think it's really cool that they're doing that. I think it's really cool, and I'm really glad that they're doing that. I think it is interesting that you do have the wardrobe thing, but I do think it's I really do think that it is a nifty feature. And personally, again, I think it's really great that they're doing it the way that they're doing it, so that again, you don't have to choose one specific. Like you don't have to go with these gauntlets because they increase your attack speed. You don't have to go with these. You don't have to go with this armor because it increases your defense by 5%. I'm glad that they're not doing it that way. I really am. And we also see the radiant ornament, the wings. The radiant ornament, I gotta say, that looks really cool. It looks really cool, and the wings are cool. And we also see pattern. Okay, we're on pattern. We have default, plain, classy, which is blue. We have mecha. We have mecha pink, mecha yellow, grace blue, diamond green, coil white, coil pink. There's other color patterns, and obviously, I'm wondering what you do to unlock these. Like, would these actually be things that you find in chests? It's kind of doubtful. But there is a probability that you could possibly find these in chests. And again, these could just be unlocked for things that you complete in the game, like as like little bonus things, like you do a side quest and something, boom, you have obtained this. That's a possibility. One thing I have to say, Disney, Square, please do not make, please, I beg of you, please don't make this stuff transactions. Please don't make this stuff that you have to buy. Please, I beg of you, make all this stuff in the game that you can unlock. Give people a reason, things that you do to unlock it, and feel proud of yourself, not having to actually buy it. Please do not go that route. Please, I beg of you, please do not make these have to be bought with money. And, so, moving on. Wow, okay, the Mecha Pink is really cool, I gotta say, that is really cool. That is really cool color, I like that. I like the black, too, the black was great. The black was beautiful. And, okay, we also have objectives, no. Wardrobe, customize, story, configure, and help. Now, obviously, story has the story thus far in a journal. Objectives, okay, that's cool. So, objectives appears to give you a list of quests, possibly, that you're supposed to do. I think that's cool. I think it is cool that they're actually putting that in there. Then we have the stats over here, Aqua. Level 57. What? Hold it. What? 4 hours and 28 minutes, and you're already level 56. How much grinding did you do? How fast do you level up in this game? What? level 57 in just 4 hours. What? Okay, that's something that is going to have to be explained to me. I'm just going to have to experience, because I just can't fathom in 4 hours alone being level 57 in anything. I've never done that before, because I suck. In 4 hours, I might be level 15. Maybe. I'm screwed, aren't I? Okay, moving on. Okay. Oh my, and again, look at these backgrounds. Like this cavern here, this is just phenomenal. I love how this looks. And again, I love how the camera transitions with the changing scenery. This just looks gorgeous. This looks absolutely beautiful. I love it. And then we see Mickey. We get to see Mickey. And Mickey's a party character. He's in your party. Yes! Mickey's a party character. He's not just an out-of-party character where he's just on screen battling enemies and he's not there. He's a freaking party character. Yes! Okay. And then this scene here. I don't know where this is. It's a cavern. It's a cave or something. But look at this. This is beautiful. Look at this lighting. Look at how the light cascades across the rocks. Look at that. And again, look at Mickey. Look at the animation for Mickey here. That's gorgeous. And again, look. Mickey's a party character. Yes! And this is just gorgeous. I mean, look at this. And again, we have this other scene transition where Aqua is sliding down this vine. And I love the effects for this. This looks gorgeous. Okay. This is during the battle with, oh my, wait, do you actually have to fight these dark sides? No, you don't. Okay, no. Okay. It does not appear here that you actually have to fight all these dark sides, but you have a straight, judging by the map icon here, you have a straight vine that you travel on. And so, obviously, this looks a bit like a rail-based thing, where these enemies are attacking you and you just have to dodge. That looks really cool, I gotta say. Now, I know some people are not very fond of rail shooters or rail things based on that, but I think it's interesting that they're doing that here, and, you know, it can work. It can fully work if it's done in the proper way. And so, hopefully here, it looks to be done in the proper way. Like, it looks like something you would see, like, with Indiana Jones. Like, the boulder behind, you know, you don't have to stop and just try to attack the boulder. You know, he doesn't try to stop and attack the boulder. He runs from the freaking thing. And like there's enemies behind you, and you're just running, trying to dodge, trying to escape. And so, you know, I mean, you're not going to turn around, just you with no weapons against 20 guys with AK-47s or M4s. You're not going to do that. I mean, logically speaking, you're not going to do that. Like, think, brain. And you don't always have to be a bad A. You don't always have to be the hero. Heroes can live to fight another day. And so I really think it's really cool that they're doing that here. And again, we see the scene. I think it's cool, like with the mist, and you see the yellow eyes of Darkseid just glowing through it, like LED headlights through a fog, or like fog lights through a fog. Yes, only I could make a comparison from a video game to cars. Yes. Duh. And again, we see Aqua fighting Darkseid, which is really cool. I picked the wrong moment to try to get a screen cap of that. I picked the wrong moment. And something else happened here that I'm trying to get some screenshots of, you idiot! Whenever I tell you to do something, do it. What did I just do? Okay. I didn't mean to bring the menu up. Okay. And then Aqua, after defeating Darkseid, he explodes into fire. Or maybe that's an attack. Like, that could be an attack. But, oh my gosh, like, fire rains down from above, and you see this small arena, obviously. You see this pathway, and you see the Darkseid just standing over on the side, like, watching, looming over top. And you see this one Darkseid. And obviously, Aqua is running during this scene here, so obviously that's an attack that Darkseid obviously is using. And then you see this other moment here where Aqua is trying to deflect. Well, looks like attacking something else. And this looks really cool. I'm very curious. And then you see this giant ball of shadows. And many other shadows. Oh my freaking freak. That's a lot of shadows. Okay, Mickey's a party character. Oh no, his health is gone. I just noticed that. Okay, so obviously you know your party character is gonna go unconscious. They don't die, they just go unconscious. You, however, you die. Like, you die, your heart's ripped out surgically. Like Surgeon Simulator if Markiplier was operating on you. And I mean that with the utmost respect. But, like, obviously, you know, here Mickey has run out of HP. Very interesting. And you fight this giant ball of Heartless. That's going to be interesting. And then we see this other scene of Mickey coming in all bad A with his Kingdom Hearts 2 outfit. And we see this other battle here. We see this other fight. Aqua's using what looks like it looks like she's taking cues from Scorpion. It looks like she's taking cues from Scorpion with a giant flaming chain. But that looks really cool. Like, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and say it now. Somebody probably is going to make a remix of it. Cue Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire at this point, because it's probably going to happen. But again, okay, this is on Destiny Islands. Okay, so all this is probably on Destiny Islands here. Okay, we see Wayfinder. So I'm wondering if we see Wayfinder. Okay, we see, okay, there's a combined, okay, obviously there is a combined attack between Mickey and Aqua, which is really cool. It's a combo attack between the two, and that looks really freaking phenomenal. That looks really freaking phenomenal, and it destroys the Heartless. That looks really cool. I really can't wait to see that. Then we have the transitions. We have the flashbacks that goes back. Oh, that line right there, relived and again and again. You have no idea how many times I played through Kingdom Hearts just because I freaking love the game. You have no idea how many times I did that. So yeah, you're not lying, pal. You're not lying. And then we have the scene of this guy. Still don't know his name, but I like his attitude. Walking. And why I did this, I don't know. But look at this scene, this castle. Or it looks like Notre Dame. But again, look at this. I love how the light like cascades around the guy as he's walking, how it moves around, and like you see his form actually blocking out the light. I love how they did that. It's again little details, but I love it. Again, I love the clouds, I love the shading, like the grass effects, everything here just looks phenomenal. I mean, this looks freaking beautiful. I freaking love it. It looks so beautiful. And again, the grass here, this pathway, this looks so beautiful. I hope I get to go here because this is just going to be beautiful to explore. And then with the scene of the guy looking through the book, we see this little flask over here with like this dark colored one up on the top. It made me kind of think of the vial in Full Metal Alchemist. It did. It did. And we see these other characters obviously facing off against each other. And obviously that's going to be a battle. And again we see this beautiful scene of this little village with this character kneeling down to look at these flowers. And again, it's beautiful. I love that little design and detail. And then you see Aqua run up to Ventus and Terra. And Ventus is just like standing there with his head dropped down. Obviously, he's still missing his nobody. And then Terra makes a mention, can Aqua see him? And I'm very curious about this. Like, is this actually real? Or is this an illusion that Aqua's having? I don't know. Judging by the background, I don't know. But this will probably be something, obviously, that'll be touched upon in the game. And then we see them both. We see Mickey and Aqua back on Destiny Islands. And one thing to notice is around Destiny Islands. Destiny Islands here does not look like it did before. Like, you still see the trees and you still see wood planks. But look at the blue texture around. That looks like the way that the island, that reminds me of how that the island looked at the end of Kingdom Hearts whenever you went to the island, or whenever you arrived back on the island, and you had to fight you had to fight Ansem. That looks like the way that the island looked. And I don't know. I mean, that might not be part of it, but it kind of looks that way. And again, they're back on the island. And again, I love how Mickey looks. He looks so cute. He looks so cute. Those big bright eyes and it just looks gorgeous. And then we see the scene of Roxas and Sora. And I don't remember this from Kingdom Hearts 2 or from Birth by Sleep. But this world here, this looks like the end of the world. I mean, this looks like the world that never was. This looks like the world that never was. And then they make a mention about the lost page. Okay, now this is probably from Kingdom Hearts Chi, but the page mention that I think of at this point is a reference. It makes me think of Ansem's Report 0, because I remember before in Kingdom Hearts 2, in the journals, the real Ansem the Wise makes a mention that Xehanort had took over writing his journals in his name, and that the only report Ansem had actually wrote was number 0. But you never find that report. And then at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2, I believe it was the Kingdom Hearts or Kingdom Hearts 2, or the trailer, you see Ansem's Report 0 go up. You see Ansem's Report 0 go up. You see Ansem's Report 0 go up the screen. And so you never found, like, we've never read Ansem's Report 0. And so they made the mention about the missing page, and I'm wondering if, now I'm not saying directly that that is what they're talking about, because there's, I mean, 9 times out of 10 it isn't. But for all intents and purposes, let's just say that it is. What is so important about Ansem's Report 0? Like, what is so important about that report? Obviously, people are seeking it out, but why? What importance does it have? Does it actually hold the clues to stop the darkness? Or what? Like, obviously it has some importance since people are obviously seeking it. And it really makes me curious about that. And it sounded like Aqua or someone else may have mentioned about collecting light solely for themselves. And that kind of makes me think about, that right there makes me think about the story that Kairi's grandmother told her. That at one point the worlds lived in peace. And people loved the light. But people began to get selfish, and they began to want the light just for themselves. And that's whenever the darkness was born in their hearts. And so that kind of makes me think of that. And then again, I like this guy. I like this guy's personality. This guy here, he's very comical. He kind of makes me think about Axel in the way that he carries himself, and like the words that he says. Pardon me. He also makes me think about Johnny Depp's Jack Sparrow character. The way that he moves and the lines that he says, it's just hilarious. And I like this guy for it. I really do. I like this guy's attitude. It's hilarious. It's very upbeat. And again, we see this little kitty in this. Stop going away from full screen. We see this little kitty in this little ball. And I think that's cute. We see this little kitty in this little ball. It's like a little chibi. I'm very curious about that. How that will come into play, or if that's just someone's pet. And then we see someone else here. About missed this part. Go back. Okay, now, we see someone else rip a page out of this book. And this book, obviously, we see someone rip a page from this book. And again, this is a book we saw before. We see the Heartless, we see the Shadow here, and then we see the Keyblade. So I'm curious about this book. This book tells about the Heartless and tells about the Keyblade. Now, obviously, this is not a dictionary. Obviously, this is not a dictionary in this world. This looks to be some sort of journal. And they're ripping a page out of it, so obviously that page has some sort of importance. Now, there's a possibility, it's purely theoretical, but this could actually partly be part of Ansem's report. And that right there was Ansem's report, was one of the reports that Ansem wrote. Theoretical. Don't hold me to that. It's just offhandedly guessing here. But again, it makes me think about the book in Kingdom Hearts whenever you go to Halloween Town, and uh, Jack Skellington makes a mention that that a book was found that tells about the Heartless, and you never get the book. Like it was mentioned at one time, never mentioned again. This could be the book. I don't know. I mean, doubtful, but there's a possibility. But again, he rips out the page, and I'm very curious about that. And we see these other little scenes transition. We see this guy pulling this large case. I love that case. I love that design on it. And I'm pretty sure that's not a big speaker system or a subwoofer in there, and I'm pretty sure that's not his electric keyboard. I'm pretty sure that's not his guitar case. But again, we see him dragging it across dirt or rock. And then we see this other character standing on this tower with this, what looks to be a moving gear. Very interesting how that looks. And then we hear Mickey make a mention about lights being the guiding key. And we see this, and so very curious just about this particular scene with Mickey and Aqua here. This could be in Destiny Islands. And this could be in Destiny Islands, or this is... Actually, no, I'm wrong. This looks like it could be in the Realm of Darkness, because we see the texture and everything here. This could be the Realm of Darkness, and this could be Mickey going to try to find Aqua, maybe to help her get out. It's a possibility. Again, just offhandedly guessing here, just theorizing. And then we see a really hilarious scene, actually, of Xehanort fighting Terra, like grabbing the guy's face. I'm sorry, it's comical to look at. It really is. It's comical. Obviously this is going to be a really awesome fight scene, but honestly, it just kind of looks comical for me. But then again, that's my sense of humor. That's my sense of humor. But again, this looks like it's really going to be a really cool fight scene. And then we also see this other scene. It's a very brief scene. I didn't get... Okay, we see... Whoa. We see this really beautiful scene of Aqua, and we see Ventus in what appears to be a hand. And we see all these beautiful stars and everything, or like glittery effects behind it. And that looks gorgeous. That looks beautiful. And, okay, it wasn't stars. I just played the scene. Screw what I said, but it was still beautiful. And then we see Mickey and a Keyblade. And we see Mickey and the Keyblade, and that looks like Mickey's key. There was two Keyblades, Kingdom Key D, which I think was Mickey's. There was two versions of the Kingdom Key. One was for the light, and one was for the darkness. Sora's was for the light, and Mickey's was for the darkness. And I think I read somewhere, or it was told that Mickey found his Keyblade in the Realm of Darkness. And this looks like the Keyblade. Now, I seriously doubt. I would love it if this was a backstory to showing Mickey getting his key. I would love a backstory like that. But chances are that's not going to happen because, obviously we have to focus on the human characters in Kingdom Hearts instead of, the Disney characters because logic. But again, it would be really cool to see something like that. But, yet, this looks like it could be Mickey's Keyblade, like the moment whenever he sees it, or this could be a moment whenever Mickey was possibly lost in that realm of darkness and his Keyblade made itself magically appear. Theoretical. And then we also see this other scene of this guy standing there, and you see these particle effects being sucked into a portal. And, okay, we see something else here. Okay, that's a really cool detail. We see Riku running, and we see Mickey here, and we see Mickey lying on the ground. We see these particle effects behind him. Look at the bottom of Mickey's shoes, the Mickey icon. That's a really cool little detail. I love that. That's really cool. And something else we notice is we see... obviously, Mickey, this was a shock for Mickey, and we see what looks like his outfit disappearing around him. Or it could be appearing around him. I don't know, but it looks interesting how that's done. Now, one other thing that I want to point out is Mickey's ears here. His ears actually appear to have a stationary position. In Kingdom Hearts 2, the character's ears, well, in Kingdom Hearts, the character's ears would move as Mickey moved, I think. And I think it's interesting that they actually gave him stationary ears here instead of going with the thing where the character's ears remain like perfect circles as they would turn their head. I think it's interesting that they actually gave it a bit more of a realistic thing. Not that I'm against, you know, how the characters turn their head and their ears move. I'm not against that at all. But I think it's interesting that they went with you know, to try to make it look more authentic here. And again, it really looks cool. And I'm curious as to what's going on here. And then we see the scene where where Mickey is here, and Riku throws a suitcase over his shoulder. Again, I'm sorry, I just have this image of like the Kingdom Hearts band of like Mickey, Riku, and the rest of the gang playing Guitar Hero or Rock Band or something. I don't know, it's crazy. Yeah, that's my brain. And we see Sora running up. And we see Sora running up to this door, and Goofy asking Sora, "You were gone a long time, what were you doing?" And again, look at the animation for Donald and Goofy. And again, I love how the characters do not look like ultra-realistic. Like they're not going with an ultra-realistic version for this. Same thing for Mickey. The characters still have a cartoonish appearance. The characters still have a cartoonish appearance, yet still have a bit of a realistic appearance for this world. And I love how they did that. And Sora opens the door, and he says, "I'm back." And that's the trailer! So yeah, there's a lot for this, and I really want to thank, to my best friend, thank you so much for sending me this and requesting that I do this. Thank you so much. I actually would not have known about this until you suggested it. So again, thank you so much for recommending this. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. You are the best. And obviously, while I'm here, there's a ton of people already doing analysis over here on the side. So, this really does look phenomenal. I mean, it really does look great, and it really does look beautiful. I love the animation. Like I said, the world itself looks so lush. The world itself looks so alive. It looks lush. It looks gorgeous. And there's a lot of detail for the backgrounds and everything that really brings out the feeling of the world itself being alive. It really brings the world into focus. It really makes the world feel like its own character. And I love that they're going the extra mile with this and giving so much detail, so much little tiny subtle details to so many things. It really makes it look realistic. It makes it feel more natural, and it really gives it a more inviting tone. It really makes it feel like everything is more alive. And it really makes you feel more in tune with it. And like I said, the world itself is just gorgeous, and it looks phenomenal, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. And I really can't wait to explore it. And it's also, I'm really also extremely happy that it looks like Mickey is going to have more screen time in this game. So I'm really excited to be able to see that. I'm really looking forward to having Mickey as a party character. That is really going to be fun, and I'm really looking forward to using that combo attack. That looks really cool. And again, I'm really looking forward to exploring these worlds and seeing all these different stories play out, and hearing this song play, hearing the music, hearing the orchestration for it. It really does look phenomenal. It looks great, and it sounds amazing. And again, this is just gorgeous, and so many little things that they've added to it. Again, the wardrobe thing really looks good. Again, I love that the armor doesn't appear to have any effect on your stats, but it's just for like accessory purposes only. I love that, and I love how that the game does look, how that the world looks, how the gameplay looks. It looks solid, the world looks beautiful, and it just looks amazing. It really does. I love the lighting effect, and again, this is definitely for me going to be one of those mind-blowing games where even as I'm getting my butt whooped, I'm going to be like, that was awesome! I died, but it was awesome. I died in a spectacular way. I totally love the fire effects as they burn my skin to a crisp around me. You know, that's how I'm going to play this game. But again, this really does look phenomenal. It looks amazing, and I am really excited for this. Music sounds great. The visuals are stunning. The character models are beautiful. The world looks gorgeous, and the gameplay looks really solid. Again, it looks familiar with the original games, and obviously with Kingdom Hearts, it was interesting because, you know, whenever you play the first game, whatever game you played, there was a tutorial which introduced you to how that the pardon me, there was a tutorial which showed you how that the mechanics worked. But after you played the first game, I mean, even whenever you played the rest of them, even though they had tutorials, you were still familiar. You were still familiar. Like whenever you played Kingdom Hearts, whenever you went to Kingdom Hearts 2 and started playing it, you were familiar. You already knew how that the mechanics worked. You already knew. Now, granted, they did add some brand new features to it, and so it was really good that the tutorial did help you to understand that. The tutorial also worked to tell you how that it worked in case you hadn't played the first game, and it also helped you to get reaccustomed to it in case it had been a long time since you had played the first game. So again, it was really cool, and I also liked how the tutorial itself wasn't freakishly long. Like, the tutorial didn't last a freakishly long time to the point that you were trying to be like, come on, I want to skip, I already know this. It actually worked. It was a short enough tutorial, it gave you the basics, and it was like plain, it was sweet, simple, to the point, and I like that. And I told you what you needed to know, and the rest of it you just had to figure out on your own, and that was good. And just learn, just learn as you go, and like just make your own style, make your own attacks, and it worked. And so obviously this game hopefully will go the same route. You know, obviously, I mean, it would be cool. I will be obviously, even if I'm just going to offhandedly say here, if you can skip the tutorial in this, I won't be skipping it because it will help me to get reaccustomed with the gameplay mechanics, with how that they feel and work with this. Because obviously, Kingdom Hearts 2 had a different feeling in how that the character moved than it did in the first Kingdom Hearts. In the first Kingdom Hearts, you know, whenever you played it, it was normal. You know, you didn't have any other feeling. But whenever you play Kingdom Hearts 2, you notice that Sora had a much more fluid movement. He was much more responsive. His movements were more fluid. The character felt lighter. In Kingdom Hearts, whenever you would attack, Sora would just go, huh! It felt a bit more sluggish. And no, I am not bashing the game whatsoever. I am not. I love Kingdom Hearts. It's one of my favorite franchises. But like whenever you play the first one and then the second one, you notice the feeling. Sora is much more energetic, like he feels much more light. In Kingdom Hearts 2, he would, Phew! In Kingdom Hearts, it was, Phew! It was slower. And that was how the game mechanic was in that, and they improved it in Kingdom Hearts 2. And so I'm very curious as to how it's going to feel here in this one. And again, I don't have a PS4 yet. I really want to get one. I already know right off the bat for the games that I want to get for the PS4. This one, obviously. Kingdom Hearts 3, whenever it does come out in about 10 years. Okay, maybe 5. This one, Fallout 4, Final Fantasy 15. If Forza Horizon 3 was out on the PS4, I would definitely get it. Skyrim, or the Skyrim Remastered Edition, the HD version, I'd love to get that too. So yeah, there's a few games on the PS4 that I already want to get, and so there's a good lineup for that. The only game that I know right now on the Xbox One that I want to get is Forza Horizon 3, and I don't want to have to buy a console just for one game. I really don't, but maybe they'll end up porting it over onto the PS4, hopefully. But anyway, again, I'm really looking forward to this game. This game looks phenomenal. It looks great. I'm really excited to be able to play it. I'm really happy with all the extra attention and details that Disney and Square has put into it. Obviously, it's showing just in the trailers alone. I cannot wait to be able to get my hands on the final product to be able to be able to experience it firsthand. This game is going to be phenomenal. Even though it's not Kingdom Hearts 3, there's going to be a lot of extra stuff here that's really going to entertain, really help to fill in the void for the story. Really, this game obviously is really going to entertain. It's really going to keep us going for hours, and I'm really excited for that. And again, I want to give a thanks both to Disney and Square for this game, because this game looks phenomenal. I really want to congratulate them on all the extra details and everything with what they've done. I also want to thank them for not making the characters look too realistic, making them look too real, not make them look too authentic. I love it that they went with still with a cartoonish look for the game, and it has a really great blend. I have to say, it really has a really nice blend, and I'm really happy that it has that feel to it and that look to it. And so I'm really happy for that. And also, I really want to give a major thanks to my friend for telling me about this. So thank you so much. You are the best. Thank you so much for sending me the link to this, and telling me that this existed. And again, I know nobody else requested it, but hope you guys enjoyed anyway. And again, anything you want to add, please feel free to do so in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed. And again, thank you again to Disney and Square for this game. Really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it, even though I won't be able to play it on January 24th because I still won't have a PS4 by then. But again, like I said before, if you guys would actually like to see me do a Let's Play of this game, please let me know now. So that way, hopefully, whenever I can, hopefully get a PS4, maybe I'll be able to get something that I can record the footage with as well. And so, please let me know with that if you guys would like to see that. If you guys would be interested, I would really like to be able to do it. And again, thank you to my friend as well for recommending me this trailer. Thank you. You are the best. And again, thank you guys again for joining me and watching me completely geek out and turn into a complete nerd. And I'm totally fine with that. Geek all the way, guys. Geek all the way. Total nerd. Nerds forever. And anyway, but again, thank you guys again for joining me, and hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video that I do. Take care.